All right. So hopefully those other two people will come back. We'll see. And thank you guys so much for the gifts. Okay. Um, let's get back to what we were doing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That's the reason why we're doing it on TikTok too. So if they come back, I hope they do. And we'll keep moving. All right. So what I want you guys to do, this is a part of your if they pop up, I hope they do, but it's okay. Um, this is a part of your guided belief work and journal prompt. Okay. So pull out your journal, and what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 minutes to write down something. So have your journals because this is going to be important for you. All right. The first thing that I want you to write down is what's the first thought I have when I start working. I'll say it again. What's the first thought that I have when I start working? Write that down. Hey, Lorenzo, feel free to write that down. What's the first thought I have when I start working? Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, Sass. All right. The next thought that I have for you guys to write down is where did I learn that being still or focused was unsafe or is unsafe? Where did I learn that? Write that down. Where did I learn that being still or focused is unsafe? Where did I learn that? All right. And if you guys want to share that, please feel free to put it in the comments. Thank you so much for the roses, Kendra. Please put that. Oh, thank you for letting me hit my goal. I didn't even know I had a goal. I didn't even set one up. Thank you, boo. Do you guys want to share? Do you guys want to share what your first thought? What was the first thought that you have when you first start working in the morning? When you wake up, the first thought that you have, what is it when you start working in the morning? I know for me, my first thought is I gotta get this done. When I start working, all right, okay, what's my task for today? And I try my best to stay focused on it. I try my best. What's yours? And this is weird, but I learned it from video games as far as not being still. Oh, brother, y'all. It's not, it's not weird. What I'm learning, Mr. Radio, is what is happening with a lot of men. This is what I've learned through one of the books that I'm reading because I'm trying to be a better mom for the little one. Is that when a little boy makes a decision to not address his emotions or his feelings, what ends up happening is, in order for them not to address them, is they find themselves in video games, right? And the reason why they are choosing not to address those feelings and or emotions is because at some point in their lives, and I don't know if this is for you or not, but in some point in their lives, they were trying to express their feelings to someone, and this person was important to them. and their feelings were shut down. It was like they weren't even being heard, right? And because they weren't being heard, they felt like they had to suppress their feelings. And then they had to go within, and instead of dealing with it, because they already felt like they weren't going to be heard, they went to the video games and drowned their feelings out in video games. Okay. That's what I learned in this book. That's what I'm trying my best, and I'm glad it's not you. But this is what I'm learning, right? Um, but that was one of the reflections or the reactions that a lot of the boys in this book was having. So for me, I'm like, express your feelings. You know, I am with my baby. Express your feelings. I'm listening, all ears. I love it. Well, then the weird thing is you learned it from video games as far as not being still. And sometimes we just may have ADHD, not saying you do, but we may have something that is associated to our lack of focus. And a lot of times, our lack of focus, especially if it's due to ADHD or any other mental diagnosis, uh, that is not a bad thing because that means you can figure out things faster in a more unique way. Sorry, this is okay. We're moving on. Thank you guys for sharing. And Empress. All right, so now we walk through the belief works that creates. We're gonna walk through more stagnant in video games. The first rule is do not stand still. So video programming, which makes sense. More strategic. Got it. I don't know why I said that wrong. More strategic. In video games, the first rule is not to stand still. So basically, you've been subconsciously, because you've been playing these programs, these games, just a little, since you were younger, like you were saying, in your mind, it's in your thought process or in your subconscious not to stay still. That might be a core belief, but we'll talk more about that later. But I get it now. Thank you for sharing. um, Now, when it comes down to your belief shift, because the overall goal, as I stated before, is to help you shift your focus. When it comes down to your belief shift, the one thing that I want you guys to do is I want you guys to identify the issue. Put it in the comments, like we stated before. What was your issue? Was it that you were feeling overwhelmed, avoidance, multitasking, addictions, or mental fog? Whatever those things are, I want you to visualize it. Like, I can't stay focused. I want you to figure that out, whatever it is. All right. And then, as we're doing with Mr. Radio, tracing back the emotional origin. Oh, no worries. All right. So, I want you to visualize the issue, right? Are you feeling that I have to do everything myself? If I rest, I'm lazy. I'm never doing enough. I don't trust myself. I can't stay focused, right? What is it? What is holding you back? When you wrote down what's the first thought that I have when I start working, what is it? I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this. What is the very first thought? And I want you to look at that all except the last two. Okay. Okay. So I want you to think about those thoughts, and I want you to take a moment, and I want you to trace where did it come from? Whatever those feelings are, Mr. Radio said, is everything but the last two. So feeling overwhelmed, or I have to do everything myself. If I rest, I'm lazy. Those two. Your dad. Okay. That's cool. All right, we got yours. I'm definitely overwhelmed, which causes me not to focus, seeking comfort. Okay. So being overwhelmed. Again, do you feel like you have to do everything by yourself? Okay. Do you feel like if you rest, you're lazy? I do. Okay. 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 And that I'm never doing enough. Mr. Radio, you said you good on that. You doing enough. Okay. I definitely feel like I'm not doing enough. All right. Welcome in, Lenny. Thank you guys again for the gifts. I greatly appreciate it. So you feel like you're not doing enough too. And I know I'm capable of more. Okay. These are fair feelings. All right. These are fair feelings. And as I stated before, when it comes down to these feelings of being overwhelmed, um, that you have to do everything. If I rest, I'm lazy. These are issues that can you guys, because I know what it is. Hey, Liz, can you guys trace those emotions and their origins? Mr. Radio said it came from his dad. He was like, that's easy. That came from my daddy. All right. What about you, Renee? Empress, what about you? And those other people, welcome in. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for the likes. Greatly appreciate it, y'all. Instead of just doing work for that day, do it for the next 2 weeks. Stay ahead of the game. It's definitely my upbringing, being raised by a teacher. My aunts are big education, high performance. Got it. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, thank you guys so much for sharing that. I want you to relax, right? And be calm enough to see where those things are. When I moved to the States, I became, it became, I need to do more so I can feel seen, and that never happened. Okay, cool. All right. Both of them, I'm trying to figure it out. Like I'm trying to like hear it energetically, right? Um, so I'm gonna take you bit by bit. And for the people who are recapping and rewatching this, feel free to put it in the comments in the recaps. Even though I was a straight A student, it wasn't enough. These are mommy and daddy issues. These are mommy and daddy issues, and based on the upbringing, because I know, right? That's a mommy and daddy issue, right? Like we stated earlier before, we're gonna look at the ways that we can heal. It's a mommy and daddy issue. And it's you being in a position, the same with you, Mr. Radio, it's you being in the position of allowing yourself to just be. Now that we're adults and we're of age to look at our lives at it as it is now, right? For everything that we do, I want you guys to take a moment and close your eyes. Okay? Now that we know where those things come from, the parents, I want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to look at yourself, how you are now, and all of the things that you've already accomplished. Okay? Take about 2 minutes to do that. Mm-hmm. Which would make sense. This is stuff that stemmed from your dad. But now that you're an adult, we have to look at it now because you still have those same feelings, which you shouldn't have, right? But you do. And those feelings, hey, not a boy DJ, and those feelings that you're having, that is preventing, those feelings are preventing you from moving forward in your business. And so we need to rectify that. Okay. So I want you to take the next minute and a half and I want you to just do this visual exercise with me. I have 2 young kids. I allow them to criticize me. And when they do talk about it, I have 2 young kids. Mm-hmm. And it's time now. Now look, revised edition. You need to book a session. That I'm just gonna say that right now. You need to book a session, but for this time, yeah, because they tell you exactly who you are, even though you don't want to hear it. Oh, trust me, I got one. But I'm so glad. Thank you so much for sharing. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, they share with us what it is that we are lacking that we can't see within ourselves. But at some point, we do have to take the moment to see where we're doing and to fix it ourselves as well, right? This is good. Thank you guys so much for interacting. All right. Now, your 2 minutes is almost up. What I want you to do now is I want you to say to yourself, my focus is sacred. I want you to say, I get more done by doing less with intention. You don't have to be seen. The goal is to be seen within yourself. The goal is to see what you've already accomplished thus far. That's the time, right? I'll keep it 100 with you. So it might help someone else. Thank you. I appreciate it. It does. And it does, and it will help someone else because, again, we're repurposing, right? So this is going to be broadcast again. And I might have little clips, so I appreciate that. I greatly do. Um, and keeping it 100 is great for you, not just me, right? Because the goal is to get us past these situations. Thank you so much for the likes. Greatly appreciate it. Get us through the situation in order for us to be better versions of ourselves. All right. And what I want you to say to yourself also, these 3 things, close your eyes, say these 3 things. My focus is sacred. I want you to say, I get more done by doing less with intentions. I want you to say, it's safe to be still and successful. Okay. How do you feel? Number 2 is I get more done by doing less with intentions. So once you have your systems put into place, those systems help you do less because you have a strategy now. And with a strategy, you can do more, right? But we have to get past the whole idea of, okay, I'm not focused, I'm feeling overwhelmed. But once you have this system or schedule in place and how you want to produce your company and showcase your company outside of yourself in a more systematic way, it allows you to do less because the intention is there. Thank you for asking, though, because the intention is there and you are ready to showcase what it is you have. And the last one, thank you for saying that too. The last one, as I said, it's safe to be still and successful. Now, this is your focus 3-point strategy that I want you guys to focus on for this next week. It's kind of hard when I'm the actual product. No worries, and you're more than welcome. It is kind of hard, but being the actual product is just like putting the face mask on when you are on a plane. You have to put the face mask on yourself first before you can put it on anyone else, right? And because you are the product, just like me and just like Empress, because we are the product, we have to showcase what we are doing within ourselves, right? And you being the product, putting the systems in place, like we talked about last week, by putting these systems in place, it's like having an extension or an extended hands of you as the product. Does that make sense? We're duplicating you in a way, right? But we have to get you in a place where you're focused enough to create these duplications. So even while you're sleeping, money is still flowing to you because you have these systems in place that prevent you from being in a position to be stagnant. That allows you to continuously flow even while you're resting. If you decided to take a day off, guess what? Your systems are put into place where you can still take a day off. You don't have to be at your computer for 6 or 7 hours, trying to maintain and focus on 6 to 7 different things at one time to make things flow and to come to you easily. Does that make sense? That's the overall goal. And how we're going to set you up, let me know. I'm waiting, Mr. Radio. And how we're going to set you up is with our 3-point focus framework, with our 3-point strategy. The first strategy, the first part of this 3-point strategy is boundaries, setting boundaries. In business, what you're doing is you're going to schedule your output, not just your tasks, but your output. It does, but what I am actually selling, it's more of a service. Yeah. And because you're selling a service, just like I'm doing, I don't have a product right now. I have products, but I'm not focusing on my products. I'm actually focusing on my service, right? But I know with the 7-point sales, the seven sales points, I need to talk to my customers 7 different times in order to even get them to get my services, right? I can't reach out to the over 100, almost 100 people that I've had a one-on-one session with, right? I can't reach out to them every single day or every 7 points. It's impossible. I would be completely drained. So I would have to have these things and these systems put into place. So it's doing the work for me. I've set it up so it can do the work for me, and I don't have to overexert myself, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like I don't have enough time, feeling like I have to do everything. I hope this is helping. Okay. Um, So you and I talked about that. Do you have your Google form already created? Like we talked about last week. That's the start of your setup. And now that you have this week and last week, just go over that for last week's class because you have access to it now. You should. And if you don't, I'll give it to you as soon as we end this live because I'm gonna have to end it a little bit. um, I'll give you access to it. And then we have your goals, your goal audit. been sent, but we'll send it again. Okay. Print that out, and that's to help you so we can start getting things in order for you. Okay, cool. So it should be in your Gmail. And yeah, but I'm gonna send it to you again because it's all wrong. So when I end this live, I'll send it to you again. For those who are coming in, welcome to the class. If you want a recap of what we've been talking about, please go to the link in our bio and click on join class. Scroll down to the business class and just sign up for the webinar, and you're up and ready to go. We have this class every single week on Tuesday for the next 4 weeks after this class. Yep. That's what we're going to do with you. And that was my fault that you're a week behind. And the same for Empress. So I got y'all. All right. And we'll just cover that and go from there. But what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to write down these 3 points. Strategy. All of this can be found for those who actually signed up for the class and purchased this class. It's $44 right now, just for this class. It's a special offer. I will be selling this class for $197. I think that's how much I was going to do it. $147. So it's a huge steal. But you'll get all of the paperwork and everything, the worksheets that you can use in order to benefit yourself in your business. Okay. Your 3 points strategies: create boundaries, create a schedule for your output and not just your task, all the things you want to get done, your workflow, your 7 points of contact, your connecting with a customer on day 1, day 7, day 14, day 30, day 45, day 60, and day 90. You need to have those things already put into place. As far as your scheduled boundaries, if you have this already set up in your workflow, then you are ahead of the game, right? This is a thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for making this happen. Uh, no worries. It's just that's what I'm doing right now, creating your schedule. So your output, your 7 points of contact, your 7 points, and I mentioned it in the video, the webinar. So just watch it again, and it's the 7 points of your sales contact. Keep things simple. Do less but better. Use the what moves money rule. And the what moves money rule is, I got y'all. Okay, so the what moves money rules are this: the 7 irrefutable laws of money movement. Attention, money, right? Where your eyes go, cash flows. No intentions, no revenue. Hey, the real tonic, right? The rule is to master hooks, headlines, and thumb stopping content. Your emotion to action. People buy feelings, not features, fears, desires, and FOMO. Um, the rule is to into the core desires, pains, and all messaging. The authority, premium pricing, perception of expertise. What are you an expert of? Thank you so much for the gifts. The permissions to charge more. Give yourself the permission to charge more for your services. The rule is to teach publicly, contents, talks, PR, to demonstrate mastery. For you, Mr. Radio, demonstrating your mastery would come into place when you show. That's a tough one. No, it's not. Demonstrating your mastery is by you creating these simple systems that work for you. By creating these systems, what ends up happening at the end of the day, charging more. Charge. You're not even charging right now. Even the $1 for the song. song selection. That's charging more, right? All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to rush through this. Sorry. Um, and Mr. Radio will talk more on that. Um, velocity and momentum. Velocity and momentum. Money moves fastest through automated systems, like we talked about before. Scalable offers and evergreen funnels. We talked about all of that in class one. And the rule is to build once, sell infinitely, courses, memberships, digital products, and we can work on digital products for you, Mr. Radio. It's possible. Like how to be a DJ, how to set up a podcast, because you showed me, turn that into a digital product. You can make that into a course. You can make that into a book. And that's still you selling yourself and selling your services. Scarcity versus urgency. Unlimited availability equals procrastination. So use deadlines, exclusivities, and closing door tactics. As I'm stating with you guys before, this class is going to only happen today, and that's it, right? You won't get this class unless you sign up, right? If you want a recap, you're going to have to pay for the recap, right? This is a scarcity urgency tool. And then time for money trades, cap income, or your OPM, other people's money, or their OPK, other people's knowledge, and turning it into automation. The rule is to monetize their assets, your audience, and their attention. And then your belief, what we talked about earlier, your subconscious money thermostat dictates your earnings. The rule is to clear the blocks to receiving worthiness, which we are working on. Hustle worthiness, the hustle trauma, and the fear of visibility, what Renee was talking about earlier. All right, those are the 7 belief systems. And then those are the 7 what moves money rule. And then your sensory anchoring. You sense, like I shared with you guys, certain sense that helps to trigger and sounds to trigger zones and focuses. Those are the things that I shared with you earlier, those essential oils that you can use to help give you clarity. And then your weekly focus exercise. So next week, what I want you guys to do is to create a focus ritual. Pick your oil, choose your top 1 to 2 generating activities for this week, and use a timer and sensory anchors to stay present. And your journal prompting is when I let go of proving myself. I focus on building what matters. You have nothing to prove to anyone but yourself, and yourself is more than enough. hmm But even with you showcasing what you do as a radio DJ online, that's you being visible. But it's the back office that we need to work on to clean that up so people can start giving you more money outside of just being present on TikTok. And yes, you have your website going, which is great because it's up and running or up and coming. But we really want to focus on having those back office in the works right now because you're working. You're working your stuff right now. All right, your closing assignments. Sorry, you guys, I have to make this short. I have a nice young man who's watching TV too, so I'm pretty sure he wants to get to it. I want you guys to do this and then we'll recap. You guys know you guys can always DM me if you want more information. Again, like I said, if you want a recap of this class and the belief work papers and all of the essential oils that I recommended, um, you're going to have to sign up. You're more than welcome. And thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Radio, and everybody who has come into this classroom. Share your, this is your optional homework in the Tycoon Tribe. That's what we're calling it, the Tycoon Tribe. Uh, your belief statement shift. The prompt again. Which prompt, baby? Your belief shift, your belief statement shift, your oil, and your journal prompting. Oh, okay, I got you. Your journal prompt is: when I let go of proving myself, I focus on building what matters. Hey, LT, when I let go of proving myself, I focus on building what matters. Okay. Again, like I said, you guys can get access to. Oh, hey, Tiffany, welcome in, boo. You guys can get access to our class and all of the information that I just shared with you. If you missed this class, the recap is available. You have to go to the link in our bio. Thank you, boo. Hey, LT. You have to go to the link in our bio, sign up for the class. So go to the link in our bio, scroll down to the bottom, scroll down. You're more than welcome. Scroll down and click on join class, and then join our business class. Register for that. You'll get last week's class for absolutely free. And you'll also get the gold mine audit. Okay. Thank you so much for the team. Welcome to the teamie. The gold mine audit worksheet. And then next week, we're going to talk about the automation voices versus avoidance. So we're going to work on dealing with the automation of your back office. This is where we do the groundwork. What are you really delegating? Okay. So thank you again so much, you guys, for joining us in this class. Thank you for being so patient with me and asking all of the questions. I can't wait to hear and see you guys next week. I'm going to let this young man watch his TV show because I'm pretty loud right now. And thank you guys for coming, and we'll do it again next week. Sign up for the class. Do it now. We are giving that offer. It's $44 if you want all 6 weeks. You're more than welcome. If you want all 6 weeks recap, once this class is over with, that price is going to go back up. And to be a part of the Tycoon Tribe, it's going to cost $497. Okay. If you want all 6 weeks of the 6 week course, this actual course is going to cost you $147. But if you sign up right now, the 6 week course plus replays and all of the information that I just shared, plus the next 4 weeks, is only going to cost you $44. That's it for these classes. That's it. After this class is over with, after these 6 weeks are over with, the price is going to go up. All right. Letting you guys know. Thank you guys for joining us again, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye, y'all.